Hello, and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is still, holding just below resistance on the smallest time frames. We're going to take a look at that. Larger time frame wise, the parameters for this week that we defined already on the weekend, they still stand. So, for example, this support zone between $101,569 and $106,509, that is still relevant. The resistance area between 115,425 and 120,400 is also still relevant. Again, just a quick reminder that the area around 118K will likely be important because on the VRVP indicator, this area around 118K shows a spike. And there is also on various heat maps quite a lot of liquidity. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the heat maps that are out there are basically just estimations, right? They're not like based on actual orders or so, or yeah, but still they point towards that area. So we might move towards this area. I mean, is it possible a substantial low already formed? Yes. We often see lows form in September because September is usually a weaker month, but then October is normally starting to drive prices higher, way higher. That's usually happening based on seasonalities. And in September, because of that, either in September or August, we usually get lows to form. Now, is it possible the low already formed? Yeah, it's possible. I just don't have much evidence for that. The move to the upside for me still looks corrective. I'm talking about the bounce that started here in September, on the 1st of September actually. So we are on our way potentially to that resistance area that might be more or less direct. But yeah, I still haven't got any evidence that a very, very meaningful low has actually formed. I still don't have evidence that a major price top, a cycle top, has formed either. So assumption is currently that while we might still be in a correction, there is still scope for another rally to all-time highs, either directly, then we need a break above this resistance area, or after a broader correction in a wave 2, that's the blue scenario, from where a third wave could then start, possibly from the 90 to 96K area. So there are still two, let's say, likely pathways for higher prices that I still see. Yeah. In terms of cycle, I mean, not much is happening at the moment, but in terms of larger cycles, I mentioned that yesterday in the member live stream as well. There's just one indicator I would like to highlight here. It's just not really an indicator. It just shows you comparison of the different bull markets. Yeah, and what often happened is that sort of, it starts at the halving basically, right? You see down here on the x-axis the days since the halving. We're now at around, I think, day 506. And you see the different bull markets. Obviously, 2024 is here the red one. Then we've got 2021 is the yellow one. 2017 is the blue one. 2013 already topped here earlier, right? That's the pink one. But it also formed a top in the same region. That would be in October, yeah, maybe November. But I mean, we're now at day 506. If it happens as it did before, then we might form a top between day 530 and 560 roughly. But obviously 2013 was a little bit different, but the last two cycles, top tier, it points towards Q4. It usually is Q4 if you compare previous cycles. Usually in Q4 a top forms. Yeah, so it's just something to pay attention to. It's all lining up in Q4, so something to be aware of. Now let us also take a look at the shorter time frame here for Bitcoin. I did tell you not too much happened. We're still holding below Fibonacci resistance, but we're holding above Fibonacci support. We've got a resistance area there on the local level. This is the 30-minute chart between $112,770 and $111,500. We're currently testing that resistance area. And then, yeah, support for this week still stands. That was our weekend support area. The price dipped into it, bounced from it, and now we're testing resistance. But we're holding support. We're below micro resistance. This is a range, and if we've really started that B wave bounce I showed you, then this would be the pathway to it from the 1st of September low ABC in a B wave, yeah, into that resistance area around 118K. There are a couple of levels that need to be broken. We're currently at that key decision point. We need to get above $112,770 and then $113,500. These are the next micro resistance levels that need to be broken. Then the door to 118K opens. And again, we're at this kind of the same level that we already tested last week. So even end of August here, this green line needs to be broken. And therefore, we don't really have any meaningful price action today. It's rather slow, but still, obviously, we're going to track it. We're here anyway, even if it's slow. But that gives us the time to, talk a little bit about macro as well and prepare everybody for Q4. I find that quite important. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates, news, charts, and if you have any questions, you can ask them here as well. Feel free to follow us there. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.